Squad Talks episode 2 for season 2. 2-2. Angel numbers type shit. What is up? I'm Danny Paz. We got Andy Honcho over here, half 24, you know. Actually,
well, happy birthday, man.
She said,
is it your birthday?
No. We got Andy Honcho, half of 48, aka the 8, but I like saying 24, so he's 24. And then to our left, over there, we got the Trap Queen, Miss Tek Savvy. How are you doing?
Bad timing.
It's all good. What's up? How have you been?
I'm chilling. I'm in Keystone right now. I've been locked in this hotel room for 7 days, so I'm kind of going crazy, but it's fine. It looks really beautiful outside.
That's good. Where is Keystone? Colorado?
It's right outside of Denver, in the mountains where people ski and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Come through.
All right. So, for people that don't know you, that are just tuning in or watching, just introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do, and let's just get to know you.
All right, sweet. Okay, so my real name is Savannah. I go by Tek Savvy. I'm a DJ and producer. I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, which is really random, but now I split my time between Denver and Austin. So yeah.
Sweet.
It's a little bit about me.
About when did you get into EDM?
So I actually got into the game pretty late as far as just listening to the genre. So I was in competitive cheerleading in high school, and I think that's when I first started really listening to Skrillex and shit like that. I would pour it down everyone at the gym's throat, and they hated me for it. But I didn't really start DJing until after I graduated college, which is really random. That I went to school and was just fuck it, I'm gonna be a DJ. So I guess I got into it pretty late. I guess it was 3 years ago or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is it that drove you to or drove that interest for DJing? What made you kind of just be all right, I want to learn how to do this, and then kind of set what you're doing right now in DJing?
So I'd say it was two different factors. So the first factor was so I had a friend in college who was a DJ, and we just had the best time. We would travel all across the Southeast just playing frat parties and dumb shit like that. But nobody really listened to EDM over there in the South. I went to Alabama, it was really not on the map there yet. So we were kind of just I don't know, going to these different SEC schools and teaching them how to headbang, and it was the best year ever. And so then that was the first factor. I was wow, this would be really fun to do this. And I was seeing that he was actually making decent money from it, and it was just actually a real career. And so then I moved to Texas for my first corporate job. I was doing insurance sales. And they fired me almost immediately. So I pretty much packed up my entire life, moved across the country where I didn't know anybody, and I got fired immediately. And I was
Wow.
oh my god, I was literally at the lowest point. I was I can't believe this is my one ticket out of Alabama, and it's just gone. And I literally had nothing to lose, and I was I hated that job so fucking much. The thought of being at a desk every day for the rest of my life haunted me.
Yeah,
And so I guess in that moment I was just I have nothing to lose, I might as well do something that I really enjoy doing. So that's when I kind of picked up on music, and I was fuck it, I'm gonna be a DJ. But at the time I was with one of my friends, and we decided we were gonna be DJs together. We went by Too Much Yogurt.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Wait, that was your stage name?
Oh yeah, it didn't last very long. We kind of had a falling out, but it's really funny because Tek Savvy was kind of my Instagram name. It wasn't really my DJ name because I wasn't a DJ yet, and I just well, I'm not gonna be Too Much Yogurt. We're just gonna go with we're just gonna roll with Tek Savvy, I guess. So I guess that's kind of how it started for me. I
Okay.
don't know. It's been like balls to the wall, pedal to the metal ever since.
Right.
And ever since then, I'm pretty sure you just don't look back and like regret any decisions you made leading up to this point.
Oh no, not at all. Like I'm so much happier. Like just the thought of I even had to like work like a normal job during quarantine, and I wanted to blow my brains out every single day. It's just like constant reminder to like keep pushing for what you want because, you know,
Right.
I don't want to have any regrets in that aspect. You know, I want to take it as far as I can.
Of course.
So I guess because you mentioned quarantine and like I guess having to go back to I guess like a normal typical like day job, so that happened because of it. But I also like been following you for a while, and I've seen you kind of like I want to say blow up, but I've seen you like I guess be more like on the map ever since probably like halfway through this quarantine so far. Do you think it was kind of like a good thing or like a bad thing? Do you think like your name kind of like got more out there through like let's say streams or whatever? Or
Yeah.
so on.
So it's honestly really surprising for me because at the beginning of quarantine, I was kind of like, oh shit, like, you know, there goes my chance. Who knows how long this is going to be going on for? But honestly, I've been really fortunate. It's really weird how quarantine has like helped me in a weird way. Like live streams have honestly done like a lot for me, which I never like expected. Like my first live stream, I was playing with like an amp, like for my speaker in my kitchen.
Hell yeah.
And then I guess I progressively put more effort into it. But yeah, like I didn't expect it to actually like kind of like put me in the spot that I'm in, but it did, which is really surprising. And you asked if I had like any like regrets about that. I mean, not really. I'm like really happy about it, but I mean, I also feel like I've been getting these. I'm gonna be real. Like, I feel like I'm getting a lot of opportunities. Like, I'm ready for, but I also feel like so I'm a good DJ, right? Like, but my production skills isn't where I want it to be yet. So it's like, okay, I'm getting all this exposure, but am I like ready for it? Like, I feel like I am ready for like being on stage. You can put me on a stage and I'll fucking kill it, but like I want people to be able to like go to my page and listen to my music and be like, fuck yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
And like in quarantine, it's been like, and I'm not trying to like put myself down. I'm just being real. Like during quarantine and live streams, I've discovered so many like dope, talented like underground producers, and like sometimes it is really hard for me to like get like a really good spot and just think of all the people who probably deserve it more than I do. So it's, I don't know, it's like it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But I do feel fortunate and I'm really excited about it because I mean that's where I want to be. But yeah, like quarantine has really showed me how many like dope artists there are like everywhere. It's like more than I ever thought. Like in our little bubble in Texas that we have, like there's so many.
Yeah.
And they're so good.
And then going back to like I guess whenever you found out about like some underground artists and you're just like, oh wow, like I'd probably say like don't really compare yourself like that because
I try not to.
Because I feel like once you start comparing yourself to like others, either you're gonna kind of like fall in that kind of lane slowly, but I feel like most producers what is kind of, I can't really say much because I'm not really a producer, but it's kind of cool to see somebody kind of like stick in their own little lane and kind of like make their sound and then just like progressively get better and better with their sound.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
No, definitely. I try not to.
it's hard to like I guess look around and like see others and then kind of just be like, oh, like this is where they're at, this is where I'm at. But I'd almost say just take it like as a motivation. It's like, all right, this is what they're at, this is what they're doing. It's like, all right, what can I do to like push myself to that kind of level in a way.
Right.
Oh, it really has. Like even just like seeing like everybody on my timeline like releasing on Subsidia and they're like Spotify like wrap up of the year is just kind of like, oh my god, like there's fire under my ass. So, like I want to be like where they are.
Right.
And it's definitely inspiring more than like self-destructive, I guess.
Instead of like putting you down, it motivates you.
Yeah, like it definitely does because it's like, holy shit, like I want to get there like now. I need to start working like now.
Well, I mean, with the second lockdown coming, because I'm pretty sure it's coming. Just more time to work on it.
Oh yeah.
I feel that. It's like day 7 of being in this hotel room, and that's like all I've done.
Okay. But I mean, I feel like as long as you're productive, it's not really a bad thing, you know? Because I feel like some people.
Oh no, I've loved quarantine. Honestly, like besides like shows being gone, but like I love chilling at my house. Like, you're telling me I don't have to feel guilty about telling people no, like I don't want to go to your party. I fucking love that. Like, I would much rather sit at home and like smoke weed and like work on music than like be in big crowds and stuff like that.
Right. So do you have any music out, like your own tracks or anything?
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
This I'm gonna slap you on the wrist. Come on, do your research, bro. Come on. But no. Go for it.
How many tracks do you have out?
Well, my phone's doing the Zoom right now. I have like probably like collectively like 8 or so. I have an original coming out next month with a label that I've been wanting to release with, and then I have another one that's a collab with Youngblood coming out in January.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Do you think those opportunities would have happened if, I guess, quarantine didn't happen? Like, do you think the productiveness that came out of quarantine kind of like led to you releasing a track on a label that you always wanted? Or do you think that would have happened regardless, but like later down, like the line?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, honestly, because I feel like my production, like, as far as like how productive I am, I feel like that hasn't really changed. I've always been like super like pedal to the metal because I did get into the game late. Like, I've honestly been like doing everything in my power like every single day to like make shit happen. So I feel like my drive's been about the same, but yeah, as far as like with quarantine happening, like I don't know, it's hard to tell honestly if it would have happened or not. But I've always like ever since like the beginning of 2020, I was like I'm gonna release a song like once a month like this whole year, and I feel like I've done that. So.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Okay, so even though you've quote unquote gotten to the game late, I don't believe that, because I mean there's still people like getting into it right now, and I almost feel like it's a good time to get into it right now. But oh, there she is. But
Sorry.
even before that, I guess from the shows you've been playing or that you've played, like pre-quarantine or whatever, what do you think was like one of your most memorable moments? Even if it was like at the beginning, whether it was like a crowd of like 2-3 people and it was just like your friend doing something like stupid like backstage, or even like playing in a crowd of like 100, 150 plus people. Like, do you have like any memorable moment or specific moment that like stood out for you at a show?
Yeah, I think like the biggest one for me was when I first got to open for Blunts and Blondes. That one was like, Blunts and Blondes is like one of the reasons like why I like started my project. Is it's been like a huge inspiration for me from the get-go, and the fact that I got to open for him was just like unbelievable. And I think that was like the first time that I ever actually had like a receptive crowd of like people who were actually like hearing what I'm playing and appreciating what I'm playing, and I actually like felt that love like on stage. That was like probably the most memorable time for me. And I've like kind of reflected during quarantine, and I've kind of realized like a lot of the times when I play shows, I don't really take time to like step back and just like take in the moment. So I've really kind of started doing that since I started playing shows again, to just like take a minute and just be like, okay, I'm gonna remember like this right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because you never know like when you won't be able to do it again.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah, I feel that 100%.
How many live streams have you played in?
Oh God. I don't know. I signed myself up for way too many. Honestly, I'm like looking back, I'm like, why did I do that? But I think it's been good. Like I've met like a whole bunch of people. Like I honestly love live streams. I'll post up all day. Like I'll literally hang out like all day and just meet new people and watch other artists. Like I think it's like super cool. It's like socializing, but I don't have to leave my bed.
Right.
It's cool.
Sure.
Was there ever a
You
point
guys from in bed?
was there ever a point whenever you were doing the live streams where you were just like, okay, like I'm like overworking myself in a point, or is it always constantly like, all right, let's get it done, let's get it done, let's get it done?
Oh, I mean, I did feel like I was overworking myself, but I didn't care. Every time somebody pretty much asked me, I said yes. I can only think of maybe like 2 times I said no just because I was so overwhelmed. But my problem was I didn't do it right. Like I didn't have like the right equipment for everything. Like I would have to record it on my phone, record the audio like through Rekordbox, and then I'm gonna have to match it up in iMovie, which takes like 2 hours to edit if I'm lucky, and then like 17 hours to export. So it was like it was not the ideal situation, but you know I got it done, so it was worth it.
That's dope. Have you played in a couple of drive-ins already?
No, so my first one's this month.
Okay.
I'm really stoked about it.
Now, I feel like hold on, because I'm trying to think like how to say this or put it in words. I feel like that's gonna be such an interesting experience because playing for like a live crowd, like again, you can like I guess kind of like read the crowd, either see what they're doing, see what they're vibing or to, or how they're doing it. But then playing like in a drive-in setting, I feel like that almost might be kind of like a weird, like not really a night and day difference because you're still like seeing the crowd, but it's just like more spread out. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be a cool experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm friends with Little Fox, right? And she won the contest for like the EDM drive-in, and she was like telling me about her experience with it. She was like, you can't like see like anybody, like it's just like cars. You're just like playing to like a bunch of cars, but you're on like this huge stage, and it's like it's weird. Is what she was saying, and it's like it's almost like a festival with no people.
Wow.
So I think it'll be fun. I'm excited just to see what it's like. I mean, I definitely wanted to at least play one, but it might be the new normal for a while now. So.
Right.
Whenever I guess you're talking about that show or that show was in the works, were you ever just like, did you have like an oh shit moment, like oh shit this is happening, or like did you ever get nervous like after like confirming that in a way?
What, the drive-in?
Yeah.
I think I was more excited. I was like, because I knew like that was what I wanted, and that's what I was like going for. It was like I just want to play like one drive-in. And then, but when I saw the lineup, I was like, oh my God. Like, I kind of freaked out for a second, but I was also kind of like, damn it, I literally like just started making my set and I had so many like Hesh and like Louis J songs in there. I was like, God damn it. But, you know, like, nonetheless, I was still just like, holy shit. Like, I don't think I'll ever get used to like seeing my name on a lineup with like people like that.
Right.
It was gnarly. I was like freaking out. I had no one to like tell. I was like, oh my God, I'm like so excited. But, like nobody cares. Like,
how hard was that? Trying to like after confirming that and then just trying to keep it to yourself until you can finally like announce that. How hard was that?
Oh my God, it was hard just because like, I mean, my family doesn't know like anything about like what I'm playing. Like, so I mean, like, can't tell them. And if I like, all my friends are like other DJs, and I feel like if I like sent it to them, it's kind of just like, haha, like look what I'm playing. Like I don't want to like do that. So I don't know. I just had to deal with it, but I was so excited.
Yeah.
And then whenever you finally announced it, did it feel like a huge like weight got lifted off your shoulders, and you're just like, yes, finally, like y'all can see like the things that like I've been working on or get a chance to do.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Like, look at me, Mom. I'm like, I'm playing with all these people you don't know.
Right.
Oh my God.
So, when and how did you first hear about Riddim Squad?
I think it was on Twitter. You guys are like all up on Twitter.
Of course.
And yeah, so like I found you guys on there, and you guys always get so much like fucking love, and that just means it's a sign of like a good group of people that you want to like be a part of. And the fact that you guys just rep it in Riddim, that's like I fucking love that.
And then we had you for the I Can't Believe It's Another Streams on Nocturnal Waves. Shout out to Waves one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a good set. I remember that set because I remember we were all like at Adrian's place. And we were just having like a watch party, and we were just like just watching everybody set throughout the entire day. And in my opinion, that was like really fun.
Yeah,
it was a blast. Being able to do
I
that.
had the best day. I was literally at work, but I got on it at like 3:00, and I don't think I left until the very end. That was fun. Like everybody like fucking killed it. That was a fun day for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dope ass sets for sure.
So one thing I've always wanted to like ask, cause okay, so we're gonna talk about like I guess not really gender norms, but like the differences in like genders, like in this industry.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I've always wanted to ask and to know, is there anything that you feel that needs to be addressed in terms of being like a woman in the music industry, like that either gets overlooked or it doesn't get talked about? Like, do you think women don't get equal opportunities in this music industry? Do you think that most of the time they get overshadowed by guys just because?
I feel like they do get overshadowed just in the fact that there's just way more like male producers and DJs than there are women. But yeah, I feel like the opportunities do fall like that just because there are so many more guys. But I don't really look too far into it. I don't really like to like separate or think of myself as different. Like, I mean, I kind of use it to my advantage. Like, obviously, if you like look at my Instagram, but like, other than that, like, I don't know. It's like if you want to hang with the big boys, you know, just hanging with the big boys. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't try to like look too far into it, like, because I feel like the more that you try to separate the two, like, the more separation there will be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Like, I don't know. It's a tough question.
Because I don't know. For me, I feel like I guess the women and the music producers in the industry don't really get like the recognition they deserve, or like, I don't want to say clout because that's just like a weird word, but yeah, the recognition that they deserve and the credit most of the time. So
I feel like a lot of them are starting to, like, you've seen like a lot of big names like kind of coming up, like Jeannie and like Lizzie Jane, and like everybody's like really putting work in, like, and everybody's kind of starting to see that pay off. So I mean, that makes me excited, and it makes me inspired, and it makes it feel like it's not impossible to, you know, be up there with the big boys, you know.
Right.
yeah. Hopefully out of quarantine, whenever everything goes back to normal, it's kind of like a good mixture of hopefully not only like women that are in the music industry, but like, you know, working, you know, whether it be like lighting crew, sound crew, either behind the scenes, running like, or like, I guess, promotion companies, organizations, women that either would probably be like afraid to like, you know, give it a chance to finally, you know, say, hey, like they're doing it, maybe like I have a shot at it, and hopefully they get the recognition that they deserve.
Right.
So hopefully
Yeah,
we can see that.
We could totally use more women in the industry just in general. I saw this quote the other day that I thought was funny, and it was like, if you want a man to talk about something, like, or like hire a man, but if you want to get something done, like, hire a woman.
Honestly.
So, you know.
When do you think we'll be back, like, when COVID's over? When do you think that would be?
I don't know. Like, honestly, like, I feel like the government has so many secrets they're not telling us, so...
Facts.
I mean, they hid aliens from us until
Yeah.
like the beginning of the year, and they managed to do that really well, and everybody forgot about it. That the government literally confirmed that we have aliens. So who knows? Maybe we could have gone back to normal, and then there's like, nah, let's just wait it out like a little bit longer. Let's just hit them with a second phase.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I mean, everybody's definitely found loopholes. Like, most of them safe, some of them not. So I don't know. At least the show kind of goes on. We at least have live streams. We have drive-ins. So.
And then I guess because we're talking about live streams again, do you think like there's not really like a high saturation of them, but do you think there's like a lot going on now? Like, do you think there's too many? Do you think they still have like the I guess the same kind of, what is the word I'm looking for? Do you think they're doing as well as they were? Huh?
Attraction?
I guess, yeah. The same like attraction that they did like at the start of quarantine. Same hype around them.
I think the momentum's definitely dying. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's been like fewer and fewer of them, but also there's so many more shows that are like popping up now. So like, it's hard because I mean, like, now people are just like gonna go out on a Saturday instead of sitting at home watching a live stream, like most people, because especially in Texas, nobody cares.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I definitely feel like it's kind of dying though. I kind of wish it wouldn't. I kind of like the whole idea of them. But yeah, it's hard right now.
So who would be like your all-time dream back-to-back?
Oh my God, Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, that'd be dope.
DJ Diesel.
That'd be
I
dope.
would like literally like, I just want to like be on his shoulders, like, you know.
That'd be dope.
I feel like that'd be fun. It'd be
Yeah.
funny to watch from like the crowd's perspective, because you
Man.
see some dudes like 6'something, like basketball player type height, and then you see Tek Savvy just on the boards. And he's just like headbanging or some shit. Just playing.
7
That'd be a cool
feet.
sight though.
Yeah. You know, like that picture of Rihanna with her bodyguard like rolling a blunt on top of his head. I want to
Yes.
like him be like chopping below me, like me on his shoulders, like rolling a blunt on his head.
That would be dope.
That's
That'd
like
be
cute.
That'd be funny. Oh my god. So I guess during quarantine, have you been able to play like any shows, like socially distanced or like limited capacity shows?
Yeah, so the first one that I played was it was like a back-to-back with Serotonin in San Antonio, and that one was actually really well social distance, and that was fun. It was kind of like, it was weird. I was like, I don't even feel like I'm about to play a show right now. I like wasn't even like nervous. I was just kind of like, oh, I don't know. It was weird. I don't know like what happened. And then the next one I played was like Blunts and Blondes on Halloween. And that one was cool. Vulcan always does a really good job because they sell it in sections. So that was fun. I pretty much sat in the green room like the whole time because I didn't want to get COVID. What else? Oh, and then I got to open for 12th Planet last week, and that was like super good.
How was that like?
Oh my god, it was amazing. Like I thought it was gonna be freezing, and it wasn't. Thank God. But like 12th Planet's like one of my like idols. Like ever since I like saw him live like in like 2009 or something like that, I was like, oh my god, dude! Like the fact that I got to open for him was insane. The crowd was just awesome. Like I was just like super excited to actually like feel that love again. Like it's been a minute.
Okay.
But
do you think, I guess the shows could be like done like any different? Like, do you think they could like take more precaution? Do you think, like, if you could like change anything about the shows, like, would it be anything? And if so, what would it be?
I feel like they need bigger spaces for them. Like, I mean, most of the ones I've done have been outside, which is good because, I mean, it's just, like, safer that way. But I definitely feel like they should, I mean, it's tough because, like, I want to save these venues that are, like, give us the space to play, like, all of our underground artists, and, like, they need to throw shows to make money, but also, like, I feel like you need, like, a bigger space if you're going to, like, because you still want people there, but they have to be there safely and not, like, I don't know, it's so hard. It's such a, like, a hard battle.
It's weird because it's like we've never
nobody's there. It's like unsafe, you know.
Yeah, it's weird because like we've never like had to work under like these conditions or circumstances, and I'm pretty sure like at the start, because even shows coming back slowly, it's like still like a new thing. So it's, I don't know, it's just because it's like foreign territory for us. I feel like there are gonna be like their flaws like off the bat. Hopefully, things get to the point where it's just like as safe as they can possibly be.
For sure.
Yeah, I think people are trying, like at least like the promoters and the venue owners and everything, like everybody really does their job. It's more of like the people who go who like don't always do their job, because I feel like the promoters and the venue owners are doing like everything they possibly can.
Right. Is there
that I've seen in Austin? It's been like really safe, honestly. Like people are really trying to like. Well, Halloween was kind of just because like it was Halloween, like on 6th Street. But I feel like all the promoters and everybody are really doing their best. I just feel like as people who go, we should do a better job.
Right. Yeah. Is there anybody that we should be on the lookout for?
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you're asking me this question. Okay, so I'm working on this collab with this guy named Gooby. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Gooby. I like literally found this guy on SoundCloud one day, and his music is like fucking insane. Like literally, like it's like the weirdest experimental like bass dubsteppy shit I've ever heard. Like nobody sounds like him, and I was just like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I like DM'd him, and I was like, hey, like you trying to collab? Like your music slaps? And he actually said yes. Oh my god! But this dude, like, he gets like, I don't know, like he hasn't played like any shows, and I was just like, I want to put him on so bad. He's so fucking good. Like I just want to tell everybody, like, listen to Gooby.
Okay, so since we're talking about collabs, do you think like collabs are like depending on the workflow, or do you think the workflow of like I guess two different people can be like what makes or breaks a collab?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, it definitely takes two to finish it. If one person does it all, it's not really a collab.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of hard because some people are so fast about it, and they'll just like send it back and just go back and forth. It could be done in like a week or two, and then like sometimes it takes like months. Like it's, I don't know. Everybody's got their own life. Like you don't know like what somebody's focus might not be as strong as yours, or vice versa. You know.
Right.
All right. So, is there like anybody that you want to like shout out by chance? Anybody you feel like isn't getting like the recognition that they deserve?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of like underground artists. So like I said, Gooby's like one of my big ones. Adam Manella, I think he's from like San Diego. His music like slaps so hard, like it's insane. Blacksmith, he's been making some like killer shit. I don't know if you guys have heard of shit. Oh my god, there's just so many. Movie, Moovy. She's a girl. She's from Florida, Jacksonville, and she's killing it right now. She's put out a couple of dope tracks. Trying to think of more underground people that you guys might not have heard of. Those are probably my top people that I would say to look out for.
Sweet. Chase, go to the 30-minute mark. Review this list because we need to get them these people on the lineup. Goddamn it.
For sure.
Appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, I always like to put people on. You gotta listen to the homies, man. They're fucking good.
100%.
So what would be your dream collab?
Hesh, probably.
Yeah.
Dream collab. Everybody goes fucking nuts. Every time I play Hesh, like, the whole crowd just goes ape shit. It's just insane. Like, it's literally not.
Yeah. Hesh is the GOAT.
The Dallas King, goddamn it.
Yes. Triple D's. Dirty Dallas.
I forgot he's from Dallas.
Yeah. Dude, whenever he came, because he played the drive-in with Subtronics, and whenever he like played it, I don't know if it was like the stage production or what, but I just remember the audio just getting extremely loud. I just remember people just like losing their shit. I'd like look to my right, to my right, and then to my left. I just see people just like freaking out, losing their shit. I look back to like the rows like behind me, and everybody's just losing their shit. So I don't know. It was cool to see him after he hasn't played here for like a long ass time.
Yeah.
He always
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. No, people go ape shit to this music. It's like crazy. But that's like when I started, like I was like, okay, I want to mix like rap music into like jazz, dubstep, and rhythm, and that's like what he did. And like I hadn't even heard of him like when I first started. So I was like, man, I have this great idea, and then he was like doing it like 10 times better than like I ever.
Yes, he's good.
So what is it like? What is it that made you want to get into like the lane of music that you produced or either play out? Like, what is it that like drew you to that?
I just think it's like the ultimate party music. Like you could play like EDM all day and you could run like everybody out of the building, but if you play some fucking like rap music, they're gonna turn up regardless, no matter who it is. And the fact of like mixing the two, so it's like giving people that initial like, oh, I know this song, but I don't know this version of this song, and then it's just like goes crazy, which is like my love is like dubstep, so I like to mix the two to give people something that they haven't heard in a new way, like, but also like keeping the familiar like party turn up tunes, but making it like fresh and new and nasty and dirty.
Right.
That's cool. That's good.
So, what festival, like your dream festival to play at?
Oh, Lost Lands.
Lost Lands, of course. Of course.
Sure. Me and one army.
Hopefully all the homies get there one day, because everybody that like we've had on here so far, it's like that's like their dream. It's just Lost Land, which makes like, you know,
yeah, you're the Riddim squad interviewing people. Everybody Lost Land.
It's like that, and it's also like dubstep Disneyland, and I mean, who wouldn't want to play
literally
that? So hopefully,
like nobody's doing that. It's like one of like the only like festivals that's like focused around like that genre, like.
Right.
So prayers that all my homies get up there, man.
Yes.
Hopefully everybody makes it to that.
Wishful thinking.
That it?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we start wrapping this episode up, is there like anything that you like want to mention, get off your chest, talk about, any shout outs you want to do, anything in particular?
Get off my chest. Be careful what you ask for.
Why is that?
I'm just kidding. I don't really have much to say.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure we're sending you the what are we doing? Shirt, mask for Squad Talks. So we'll be sending those out to everybody for season 2. Again, just be on the lookout. Chase will probably hit you up for that if he hasn't already.
All right. Well, I'm living in a hotel right now, so maybe hit me up about that later.
True. All right, so thank you.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate the first shirt. I wear it all the time. I think I've slept in it for like 5 days now.
All right, so that's been episode 2, right, guys? Episode 2 of Squad Talks with the Trap Queen, Tek Savvy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you made it this far, just caption just trap with like 5 A's or something like that. So it's like trap or something in the comment section down below. Yeah. All right, thank you so much for joining us, taking the time out of your day to do this. It means a lot to us. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Appreciate y'all. Bye. Have a good night.
Squad Talks closing out. Bye.